magical numbers, and as we see, Spicy Chicken does go down. That is Poltergeist down. That is one statue boss down for Pootskootie. Always a sigh of relief when you get to take on and defeat a statue boss. As Arusta continues working through the floating continent, Arusta
Okay, restarted
crossing their fingers, hoping to find an Esper reward in these last two checks.
Okay, looks like it restarted the stream. It should be good now. But didn't know, so it's fine. I didn't have any errors on my screen, so sorry guys. Nobody said anything.
I see Drulith resubscribed for 9 months.
Yeah, Drulith.
Keeping it spicy. Appreciate that.
For those that do subscribe to the channel, the Worlds Collide does not get anything from that. All the money there goes to donations to fundraisers and stuff. So it's all for charity there.
This is a charity stream, a not-for-profit randomizer stream. And it looks like we have been talking to ourselves for the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so recap, everybody. So Pootskootie did find Terra in the Yamaro cave for their 6th character unlocking Kefka. Arusta electing to go up to Floating Continent, getting Realm on the beginning of the island here, and is now progressing through the rest of the island as Pootskootie is now coming up to the switches. Pootskootie did enter Kefka's tower at about 55 minutes and 33 seconds into the race, pretty early, sub 1 minute on Kefka unlock here. And unfortunately, Arusta not finding an Esper there, so there's still going to be an Esper short by the end of this island, at least.
Not what Arusta was hoping for, just 2 Espers away from go mode. Pootskootie, meanwhile, finding a second statue. Oh my goddess, it's Goddess.
Ooh. French vanilla Goddess.
Yes, indeed. Goddess does have fairly high magical defense, but then again, Celis has fairly high magical attack.
7,000, I don't think it's too much. Also, while you guys missed it, Arusta was able to lift the curse on the shield, and Celeste has learned Ultima, and did quad 9s to Haydn in the Haydnite. All 5 targets got quad 9'd. So
yeah,
that was pretty crazy.
Celis is armed and fully operational with the Paladin shield and the Ultima spell.
And Shadow makes short work of Goddess here with the Atma weapon offering combo.
Love to see it. Atma weapon, such a powerful end game weapon. Can do great work, as we see here. And pretty decent levels for Pootskootie working through this final section of the game. 42 for Shadow, 43 for Celis. Should have no problem going toe-to-toe with the last few bosses. Sadly, not checking the validation chest. But, it's something we all have to learn as we play through Worlds Collide. It's the importance of checking the meme chest.
Yeah.
Hey, I found a Minerva in it once.
Hey, last minute Minervas can make or break this as we find Dueling Infernos on screen. Fortunately, Arusta's is the one you gotta worry about. Junior's on the left, but he's gonna die pretty quickly.
He goes down. Inferno can be a pretty tricky boss. Attacks very often, attacks pretty heavily. But there's no attack like the ultimate attack, Ultima, which did so much damage it actually crashed Arusta's stream. So that's GG to Inferno.
No.
Hopefully we can get that back to you shortly.
Twitch is definitely having problems tonight.
Yeah, I blame football. Or maybe just general Twitch nonsense. As Pootskootie takes on a second path in KT. We'll see what boss they have to deal with here. And wow, yeah, another scoop of French vanilla here right at the end. It's Guardian. Guardian has a huge health pool, can do some rough attacks, but I imagine offering Atma Weapon Lock will chew through this machine's health. And of course the Yeti's helping. Yeti doing Yeti stuff.
We got Arusta back.
Yes, indeed. Sadly, unable to see what the reward was at the end of the floating continent. For Arusta's sake, we're hoping it was an Esper.
I could tell you here and shoot.
Does have realms checks to work through. I think Esper Mountain is a very good call. Pretty quick check. You get to peek it right off the gate, so you know exactly what to expect as Guardian goes down.
It was an Esper. I just don't know which one, but it was an Esper. So they are at 8 Espers.
Well, that is good news for Arusta. Gonna have a fair bit of ground to cover though, because Pootskootie is making pretty good time here in KT.
Oh, Fenrir.
Just shredding these endgame bosses. Fenrir?
Had to be, because that's the only one that's the only outlier. Oh no, Ultima's on Fenrir.
Sick.
Woohoo! Oh.
That is definitely what you want to see at the end of a seed. The power overwhelming to take you over the edge and burn down these KT bosses, the last of which we will see here on Pootskootie's screen. And it is Rexel. Rexel, a very frustrating boss. Really more annoying than difficult. Of course, want to attack Rexel. The Soul Sabers do nothing but waste your time. Arusta gets a peek at, looks like there's an imp impishly following his party up Esper Mountain, so hopeful that that will be an Esper and not a dead shack. And it is the lowly Tunnel Armor. Say hello, Tunnel Armor. Tunnel Armor, say hello to Bolt 3.
That's right, Joel. If you tell them Thursday night Worlds Collide is more important than Thursday night football.
Well, I mean, duh. Everybody knows that.
Come on now.
Maybe you know, Amazon Prime will throw us a host when they're done with the game.
Throw us a bone or two.
A Minerva, not an Esper for Arusta. So
no.
Still has not found that elusive 9th Esper.
Well, I mean, has he done Cave in the Veldt yet?
I believe not. So that would be the place to go next.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
where I would go.
Pootskootie is on the switches. The beams of light come down. And we are going to see how Pootskootie deals with the final battle. And oh, what a battle it is. A 4-phase mega battle with a whole lot of moving parts and a whole lot of knowledge required to make it go smoothly. We'll see here in this quarterfinals of the Moogles' first tournament how much knowledge Pootskootie has acquired and how smoothly they will tackle the final battle.
Well, they do not have Arusta's Fenrir that they have. They do have a Raiden, Unicorn, and Phoenix, which are kind of like A and B tier, I guess you could say Espers, if they have them equipped. But doesn't really have the calmness protection. Oh, no, you do have never mind. There's Phantom, so he does have some calmness protection.
Some calmness protection is true. Phantom is kind of the, you know, the we have calmness protection at home calmness protections. It's not always super reliable in this instance that it is very tricky timing-wise to pull off. As we see Pootskootie casting some X zones, hoping to banish Long Arm to the Shadow Realm. Successfully does so. So it looks like Pootskootie is in pretty good command of what you have to do in Tier 1, at least, of this final battle, targeting the face next.
Yeah, 5,000
That
out of
old reliable
Gao,
Bolt
9,000 out of Celeste. So definitely got the damage there. Even though Head's weaker to fire, don't really have the fire 3s or 2s even.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bolt 3
double
has been
reverse
doing work
polarity.
all
That's
stream.
annoying. Reverse polarity twice there. That's kind of annoying.
That is annoying.
Oh, Arusta's going to go
looks like,
back to...
yeah, taking on a
Narsh.
rematch, going back to the Magimaster.
But unfortunately, Magimaster is an item. So he's still going to have to do the Yamaro afterwards.
Which will reward Terra. So,
No, Esper, so yeah. Oh no. Poor Arusta.
yeah, not taking... Well, of course, it's impossible to know what the right track to take is. But this will not get Arusta any closer to the final battle that Pootskootie is now in the midst of.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Tri-Touchglyph was the Phoenix Esper. So never mind. He will get the Esper off of Magimaster. My bad.
Well then,
My bad.
check back
Ceiling
everything we
Cat,
just said. That's
Ceiling
great
Cat,
news.
the best tracker in our community, keeping us on track here.
Absolute shout out to our tremendous tracker, Ceiling Cat, doing the hard work, keeping us on track as we work through the end stage of this very exciting quarterfinals race. Pootskootie now up to Tier 2, immediately gets imped. Hate to see that.
Seems to be a big opener nowadays.
And Gao goes down as well, so a dicey start to Tier 2. I find Tier 2 to be oftentimes the most dangerous. It is amazing how quickly things can go wrong, and then how very wrong they go. You know, you eat one zombify, suddenly your party's attacking each other, suddenly you're getting diffusered, suddenly half your party's down, suddenly you're resetting. Arusta resetting because that was Magimaster pulling out Ultima, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he ultimated the stream too.
Or maybe that wasn't a reset, maybe that was just him casting Ultima and the stream going down. Either way, the overflow of magical energy on Twitch tonight is causing all sorts of problems. Pootskootie's party is half frozen at the moment.
Yep, but it was able to get silence out on magic and X-zoning tools. So now we're really only dealing with Bluey and the Tiger right now, the two front men there, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Pootskootie once again showcasing very
and that's a dead tiger.
Firm grasp of what to do here in the final battle. Is using ice as healing, thanks to the plethora of ice shields that we have seen throughout this seed. So another heads-up play there. As we see Arusta hiding the excitement from us, but looks like does take down Magimaster. There's Kefka, pointing in fear, because that is Arusta's 9th Esper. We will see where they go. Perhaps going to do a quick last-minute shopping trip. Going to want to heal the party up to full health. But that is go mode for both of our runners. And that is locked down for Pootskootie. Just want to revive your, Atmer weapon offering user.
Ooh, another
definitely want to save lock. Shadow taking down Gao. Maybe he's just Pootskootie just sick of their party being frozen, thinking I'll just knock him down and revive him.
Oh!
As we get desperation attack. Love to see that.
Don't see those very often though.
They are so rare. I don't know what the percentage is, but there are several desperation attacks I have just never seen. So it's always exciting to see one of those.
115.22 for the entry.
Druid attack calling out 1 in 16 chance for a desperation attack when party member is in critical health.
Oh, goodness.
So that was at times an up and down tier 2 for Pootskootie, but they are through and on to the equally dangerous tier 3. So Poot's going to want to heal up those party members in short order before the meteos start raining down from sleep. And again, we apologize for the Twitch instability that is plaguing the platform this evening. It is certainly not Saberwolf's fault, our wonderful restreamer, pulling double duty tonight. It is just a platform issue, but we will hope to get Arusta back as soon as we can. Meanwhile, Pootskootie taking on Sleep and Lady, the tier 3 final battle. Pulling out some elixirs as well. Obviously, you want to keep Celis, your magic user, topped off on magic, or maybe she'll just take a nap, courtesy of the lady's calmness attack.
Yeah, 2 types of calmness. One calms you to sleep, the other one calms you to permanent sleep.
To the final sleep.
Yeah. Flock doing about 4k damage here. It's not too bad. Kind of would like to have Celeste awake, though, because, you know, she's been really dishing out the highest damage in this whole entire seed.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll have to see if Pootskootie can pull off the very tricky timing of using Phantom to negate the calmness attack. Of course, we'll be unable to do so if everyone is muted, like they are after the train attack. And now Locke swinging a much stubbier version of the ammo weapon. Down a bit of health. Pootskootie looking through their items for the proper restorative items. This is always the time of a seed where you're frantically looking through your inventory to make sure you have enough healing. I suppose you could just use a magicite item and just cross your fingers and hope that it does something useful. But yeah, Pootskootie is in the danger zone right now, getting meteoed by sleep. Locke, the Atma weapon offering user, is down. So kind of a white knuckle moment here. Obviously wants to head up to the final battle with a full party, but more than that, just wants to survive right now, getting pummeled by these falling rocks. Now, Sleep will only do the repeating meteo attack when he's under... Ooh, I don't know off the top of my head. Under a certain number of health, and there is the option of healing him above that. Instead, Pootskootie throws a rod at Sleep. Sleep responds by killing Shadow, and now Poots is about to take on the final boss of FF6 with half a party. And oh, what a final boss it is. It is the Clown Prince, the Mad Angel, the man who destroyed the world, the final tier of this 4-tier slog of a final battle. Pootskootie's going into hat strength. Can Poots take on Kefka? Could this be Umaro's time to shine? Time for more Yeti stuff.
Let's hope no Yeti shenanigans here.
Well, so it's not the end of the world for Pootskootie. Still has half the party. Terra has Magitech, and because it was the final character Pootskootie found, Terra's got a pretty decent level. Does have a Mega Elixir to counteract the Fallen One, courtesy of the Magimaster boss earlier in the seed. Cell is still pulling out quad 9s. And now at full health, basically full strength. Well, relative full strength for the party that he has. This is a very winnable battle for Pootskootie. As Terra gets immediately slapped down.
Yeah, she probably has her base leather gear from the beginning of the game on, so...
Yeah.
But still, 3,000 damage from a backup character, you know, that's not bad at all.
No, that is a serviceable backup. Of course, does have plenty of elemental shields to throw. Seed has been very generous with elemental shields, particularly ice shields. So we're going to get to see those put to use. More quad 9s. Yeti doing Yeti stuff.
Don't know if that shield's going to go. Ooh, does get off. That might be it there. Nope. Goner gets off.
On a lot of damage. Is going to eat this Goner attack. But split 4 ways. Should be able to survive this. Goner is an attack that looks much more dangerous than it is. Not to say it's not dangerous. But it is not going to obliterate you the way it looks like it might.
I thought that healing was based on Terra, but I guess not. It kept her up and kapow kapow.
Crack pow! There it is. Kefka goes down. So GG to Pootskootie, the winner of this quarterfinals race in the Moogles' first tournament, taking it decisively with a very strong time at that. Had to work through some issues right at the end there, having half of his starting party taken out right before the Kefka fight. But pulled through, had some awesome magical power courtesy of Celis and Gao, which is then courtesy of the very powerful magic power +2 Espers found early on in the seed. Made great use of that, made great use of the Atma weapons. One found, one bought, and displayed, I would say, pretty thorough knowledge of Worlds Collide throughout, and a well-deserved victory for Pootskootie on to the semifinals of the MFT.
Oh, never mind. We're going to get an interview from Pootskootie here in a little bit.
Yeah, would love to do a post-match interview with our quarterfinals winner. But we do also get to see Arusta work through KT as well. And we will see how their knowledge fares against the very confusing final battle. But for now, GG. Pootskootie, how do you feel? Final battle, but for now, GG. If you can hear us, we hope you do.
I feel pretty good, that tier 3 was a little rough. Could have gone a little bit better, but pulled through in the end.
If you can hear. Well, if by chance, Pootskootie, you are talking, we cannot hear you at the moment, or at least I can't. But eager to hear your thoughts on this seed. If possible. But if not, we can see Arusta taking on Goddess. Always a tricky fight. Luckily, Arusta does have the ultimate spell.
That definitely will help.
Yep. Down goes another statue.
There was a Windows update recently, so it did change the defaults. So you gotta, anytime there's a Windows update, you gotta change your defaults for the Discord. At least for me, I do.
Good to know. Good advice.
Yeah. But yeah, oh, doesn't get the hidden chest though on the back turn there.
That's not until Moogles' second tournament when you know the real strats.
Oh, no, lost the feed again. I'm trying, folks, but Twitch is just not cooperating tonight. Want to try it again there, Pootskootie? Can we hear you?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
No?
yeah, gotcha.
We sure
Got me
can.
now. Okay. Sorry, there was a... Couldn't figure that out.
No worries. GG on the victory. How do you feel about that seed?
Good overall. The final Kefka battle was a little bit sketchy, but overall, like the beginning, it was pretty generous in terms of loot and items and stuff and abilities. So yeah, overall pretty good.
Yeah, how are you feeling when Sleep downed two of your party members and you were going into Kefka half strength?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was happy that more didn't go down. I was worried I was gonna wipe there because I just couldn't get the. I tried to get Phantom off, but I didn't count it properly. So I felt at one point I just had to sort of eat it and just go for it anyways. And I knew that I had Terra as a fifth that had Magitech, or Magitech as an ability. So I knew I'd get a little bit of power out of her. But yeah, a little sketchy on tier 3 for sure.
Well, you pulled it off very well. It was very, very impressive. An excellent time, must be said.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, overall I thought it was a pretty good seed. It was it's been a while since I run an MFT seed, so yeah, I thought I was happy with the time as well.
Nice. How have you been feeling about Moogle's first tournament overall?
Oh, it's been great. It's been such a cool experience. Like such a nice, like welcoming community. Like, yeah, thanks to everybody who put this whole thing on. It's just like it's been a blast so far, and it's crazy like how much better I think I've gotten like just in the races involved in this tournament. Like, I learned so many little tricks and things from just watching other people play and from the mentors and stuff. So it's been great. It's been a very, very positive experience.
Have
That's
you
great to
had
hear.
the same
who was your
mentor the entire? Have you had the same mentor the entire race or season rather, or has it just
No.
been like who's ever available?
It was sort of whoever was available. So I had a couple different mentors. Shout out to One Free Fits and Squack McQuack. They both gave me a big hand in the mentor phase of the thing. So yeah, sort of just like it's hard to not only schedule a race like with other people, but then also like a mentor for each racer as well. So it's sort of just whenever the schedule is sort of lined up, we just went for it.
Right on. Yeah, shout out to the mentors.
Yeah, big
But
time.
yeah, you were on your own for this one.
I was, yeah. Yeah, and overall, again, like I feel like it was pretty good. I was a little bit worried going in with like a lack of healing and like a lack of items to boost MP and stuff like that. But those ice shields and thunder shields helped out, considering the only spells I really had were ice and thunder.
Yeah. Well, we'll be excited to see you in the semifinals, and
Yeah,
excited to
great.
see the rest of this final phase of the MFT play out. Saber, do you have any questions?
No, I'm pretty good. I mean, sub 1 minute entry into Kefka's Tower must have felt pretty good in that one.
Yeah, that definitely felt good.
And yeah, so finding awesome items. You found Atma weapons, fixed dice.
Yeah.
Pretty plentiful seed there for you.
Yeah, it was, like there was in both South Figaros, I think in World of Ruin, there was Atma Weapon, and World of Balance, there was the Illumina, and the whole game, I was like, oh, I should go back and get that Illumina for somebody, but it just didn't really sort of play into my my character builds there. And then when I got Terra at the end, like at the very, very end before I went into KT, because she had Magitech, I really wanted to sub out Gao for her. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I don't need to do another dragon fight, and she doesn't know any spells. I should probably just stick with the plan I have.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I did in the end.
Yeah, if you have like missile tech, I mean, you really don't need any spells. I mean, you're basically casting flare there, so.
Yeah, that's true enough. And she also has heal. Maybe it would have been beneficial to do it that way, but yeah, I don't like to switch gears like that. Sort of at the last minute, it throws me off. So I just went for it.
Right on.
Yeah, totally.
A lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And thank you guys for for doing this, for putting the restream on and commentating on all this. Appreciate that too.
God, Arusta Celeste is insane.
What is she rocking?
Ultima quad 9s on every target.
Oh yeah, I didn't end up using that paladin shield. Or did he find? Ultima on an Esper?
Both.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
He
So
unlocked
his
the
routing was probably a little different than mine.
Yeah, he unlocked the Curse Shield and found Ultima on Fenrir.
Oh, okay. Oh, it looks like he picked up Realm here too. What was Realm at?
Yeah,
Uh,
he did all of Floating Continent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, you guys were kind of neck and neck, and he already did the Yeti check, so he kind
Okay.
of went over to kind of Floating Continent instead.
Right on. Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry, he did
Cool.
Yeti earlier. He had to go back and redo it because he ran into Magimaster at like what was it level? Was it
Right.
like 8?
Right. Because Try Talk was Magimaster. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That would have been brutal.
Well, where would you say you've grown the most as a runner throughout the MFT? I mean, were you like brand new to Worlds Collide when you started?
Yeah.
121 magic power. God.
I'd been I'd been playing for just a couple months, I think, about 2, maybe 3 months when the tournament started. So, yeah, I would say I was fairly new. I'd say where I've grown the most is, and what the mentor sort of helped me out the most was just having more confidence going into Kefka's Tower, because I think that's what would hold me up a lot. Like I would always second guess if I had enough. Like I had like sort of a checklist in my mind of things that I thought that I needed, and then you have a mentor saying like, nah, just go for it, you're ready. And then like you start to realize like you don't need half the shit you think you need. Sorry, half the stuff you think you need. You can do it with a lot less than you think you have to have.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Something I heard from Speedrunner, I think it was a different game, but I think it holds true to this too, is the idea that great is the enemy of good. If your
Right.
party is good enough, it's good enough. It doesn't have to
That's
be perfect.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we had one of my mentor runs. We had like a very, very scrappy Kefka fight. Like no healing. I was healing using, again, like the healing with thunder on a thunder shield was something that I would have never thought about before the mentor's phase. Like that's like, of course you can do it. I know that thunder heals, but that's just like not a strategy I would have ever like thought of on my own. So little pointers like that, you can just claw your way up there if you have to.
Yeah, totally, and it shows. You put up an excellent time and a very very smooth final battle, even with the hiccups right at the end.
Sorry, I just lost you there for a second.
Oh, I was just congratulating you on your very good time and very good display in the final battle.
Well, thanks very much. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And again, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks
Any
to everybody who
final
put
thoughts before we let you go?
No, I think we covered it. Felt good about a good run, a lot of fun, and can't wait for the next one.
Great. Well, good luck in the semis.
Thank you very much.
As we see, Arusta is here in the final battle, playing for pride, but obviously to come so far, why not see it out and why not give us viewers a show, see how Arusta fares against the very challenging, very knowledge-intensive 4-tier final battle. Of course, Gao with a boosted magic power stat is going to be doing, as we see, pretty decent numbers with that health command. I think health is on the same level as Cure 2, so it's decent, and obviously much more decent when you have such powerful high magic numbers as we see Arusta already on to Tier 2. With a slightly different party at that. No ninja here. Instead, we have a little girl named Realm wearing a Moogle suit.
Oh,
Picked
come
Realm
on.
up
Realm's a
fairly.
Moogle. Don't even.
Picked her up fairly late in the seed, but with so much magical firepower at their disposal, why not throw in the Murder Child? as we see Arusta also no stranger to tier 2, knows that Tools, the middle enemy, is susceptible to instant death. Going to try to X-zone her out of existence. Successfully does so.
And Tiger being weak to ice is going to use the Ice 2 on Tiger. Faster animation than what Flare and stuff would be, and so why not? Illumina Atma Weapon combo Genji Glove for lock. Dealing some pretty good damage there.
That is a pretty nice setup. As we see Realm doing much more damage with that Ice 2 than Gao is.
By the way, 121 magic power for Celeste.
That is bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, honestly, that is like way more than you need. But, you know, there's no kill like overkill.
I mean, Ultima's really good in this situation, DT, but I would be a little hesitant because you could get countered by quarters from magic in hits, then followed up by hits from Bluey, which could kind of take out the party. So, still want to be a little tentative here.
That is a risk. I'd probably go for it just because Ultima's so fun.
No, I did try to back up directly from browser, and that also is going down from Twitch, so... Fortunately, there's like a 20-second wait to get the feedback, so... Also, quick shout-out to...
Twitch, barely holding on right now. Small indie company, doesn't have the servers to handle the NFL and Worlds Collide in the same night.
Yeah, horrible. Amazon's horrible for that. Quick shout out to DubWard47, first time chat. Welcome to the community. On that note, moving on to tier 3.
Yes, indeed. We will see how Arusta fares compared to the trials and tribulations that we saw in Pootskootie's race.
Working on a sub 145. I mean, that is not a bad time, honestly.
Not at all. I am, to this day, I'm always happy with the sub 45.
Yeah, 121 by Pootskootie, our winner for this this matchup. Is a pretty darn good time. It's really a PB for a lot of people. So, did a great job in this run.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we see the ultimates come out.
Yeah.
Of course, non-elemental attack. So Lady is not going to like that.
Whew. Don't even bother hitting with anybody else. Just need Celeste.
Got the Cure 3 as well to keep everyone topped off. Does have the Fenrir Esper, which is very reliable. Calmness protection.
Yeah, Locke's got that.
Pull that out. And yeah, Arusta is cruising right now.
Oh.
As long as they don't get too unlucky with Sleep's Meteo attacks, should be able to weather this. Of course, Train is not going to help.
No, Train's not going to help, but I think Sleep's at about 5,000, 4,000 right now. So really, just one good attack, I think, will put him over the wire here.
Yeah, as we see another big blue ball of death come out.
Nope, okay, no, had two attacks left, my bad.
Well, the image status from Fenrir is not going anywhere. So...
no, Gao's still blinded, so he doesn't have a ribbon on. So I'm guessing he has like a white cape, I believe, to prevent silence.
Possible. Yeah, because clearly Gao is still casting magic.
Yep, well, here comes the calmness out, but again, Fenrir is in place, so it's going to be a double whiff.
And on Arusta goes to the final tier. What's that?
No, I was going to say, it does have the Mega Elixir counter for the Fallen one, so it should be in pretty good shape. And also, Mega Elixir is also going to top off that MP that I've been using for Ultima. Ultima's a very expensive spell. So it should be in a great position to finish off Kefka here. As long as he doesn't use his Ultima.
I just want to, seeing Dr. T in chat, want to give a quick shout out to some fringe relics. We've seen Arusta make good use of quite a few relics throughout this seed, including, I think it was a Peace Ring to make the Cursed Shield easier to manage. And now, clearly, with some mute protection on Gao. And now it's just the battle to the finish here. Can Arusta get enough Ultimas out before, you hope you don't see it, but Kefka can also cast Ultima.
Yep, it's a white cape, so I'm guessing that that's what Gao has on, as a white cape.
Yep. Here comes Goner. So no danger of counterattacks in this phase. Just going to go all out with the Illumina Atma Weapon combo on lock.
Come on, Twitch. We got to see the end of this. Come on now.
We're so close. As we see Arusta being very diligent with menuing, trying to waste as little active time as possible to squeeze in as many Ultimas as possible.
Yeah, I think he bypassed the...
Counterattack comes out.
Yeah, oh, kapow! That's it! Done!
And there it is! Crack boom! Kefka's down on Arusta's side. That is GG.
$142.24.
A very respectable time of 142.24. Sadly, will not be enough to advance in the MFT. But GG's to Arusta for putting on a great show, a very well-run race, and congratulations on making it to the final phase of Moogles' first tournament.
Yeah, GG's indeed. I mean, it was a pretty interesting seed. I mean, the tools were there. You just had to find the exact spots where to get people. I mean, Shadow was the finding Shadow. I think was the ticket to push us past the breaking point there. Because we did find Gao, but Gao didn't lead to anything except for 2 Espers. So really, it was who could find Shadow first. Really.
Yeah, that and Arusta did have a bit of a roadblock with Magimaster. Did have to reset out of that. Loss of time there, lost the opportunity to have Terra in the party for a significant period of time. But, in terms of routing, in terms of, menuing, knowing what to do, where to go, I think definitely demonstrated great knowledge, great tactics, and I think a success story of the MFT, getting to see some first timers show their chops. And I think we will be speaking to Arusta shortly.
Yep, they're just getting their mic. We'll pull them up in the channel here. GG there, Arusta.
Thank you.
Is it Arusta or Arusta? We kind of kept going back and forth with it.
People go either way. I've always pronounced it Arusta, but
well, your pronunciation matters most. So.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be happy when you watch this video again.
No, I don't care one way or the other. I think where I'm not going to be happy with is, so if you saw early on, I got way behind the power curve, and that cost me, I think, a ton of time early.
Yeah, you had some pretty nail-biting fights in the Serpent's Trench.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be the first time someone's ever used a Thunder Shield on just random mobs like that, but it is what it is.
Well, yeah, like you said, you were several checks deep and only level 3 before the Serpent's Trench. But you were able to pull yourself back in it. Also, not to bring up sore subjects, but did have some trouble with Magimaster as well. Had to back out of that.
Yeah, and
how did you feel about that? How did you make that decision?
I mean, primarily once I saw him there, and like he just did a ton of damage up front, and I was just like, yeah, if I really push, I could probably make this happen if I keep, slamming my face into it. But there are other checks here. I already got the levels from the dragon. Let's go do something else. And I believe that was right before I went to Magitech, and Magitech, is 3 checks anyway. So that was probably the decision. I might have been a smarter decision to make up front anyways, if I hadn't needed the levels for the Ice Dragon. That was the primary reason I was there. It's like, well, I can get the Ice Dragon and then these 2 checks, and then, well, Magimaster said no.
As he often does, it can be a roadblock in many, many seeds.
How about that?
Oops, sorry.
I was gonna say, how about that 121 Magipower Celeste? My goodness.
Yeah. That's kind of why I was hoping, like, why I did so many checks early, is it's like, well, if I could get just a good Esper with some stat bonuses, that'll be great. But I think, the difference between level 3 and level 10, or even just taking, a couple fights early, is just so much that I think I probably should have, done something before going so deep. I got extra magic power out of it, but probably cost me more time overall, just, with all the time wasted there.
Well, you got to pull out a lot of Ultimas, though. That's always fun to see.
Yeah, always nice. And buying the Illumina in shop was super nice, too. Had that in the back of my mind the entire time. It's like, well, if I still have, physical fighters near the end, which I probably will at least have one, got to find a way to get 60,000 by the end of the seed.
Yeah, and you had a very, very effective lock at the end there. How have you felt about the MFT as a whole?
It's been a really good experience. I really appreciate, Jones for setting this up. I think I really feel like I improved a lot. I was definitely, expecting to struggle a little bit going on, and, definitely feel like I've improved, though. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I joined the Ultros League and have my first seed I have to run probably in the next couple days, apparently. Probably Saturday morning. I'm often do stuff very, very early Saturday. So, but yeah, it's been a great experience and a really good way to learn. Big shout outs to Nobody War, who, helped me through a bunch of seeds, and then also the Schwants helped me as well. So big shout outs to both of them.
Yes, once again, thank you, mentors. Putting in the hard work, molding these young runners. How long have you been running Worlds Collide?
So I've ran a few seeds just on my own. I first heard about it maybe a year or so ago and ran, just a seed here or there on my own. But I only started really running. I heard about the tournament through the Free Enterprise Discord. Someone mentioned it there, and I was like, I've always wanted to try Worlds Collide, but it's just one of those things that starting off is kind of intimidating because, I've done a lot of the Zelda randomizer. I've done a decent amount of Free Enterprise, but both of those, often have like a very clear path, or at any one time you might have 2 or 3 options. Whereas just with Worlds Collide, the way it's set up, you have so many, you start with 3 characters and you have 10 checks you can start in completely different directions. So, I think, just having that guidance of like, hey, let's see how people do it. Let's, just get some ways to start in and realize, what sort of strategies make the most sense here. So I really only started seriously playing once I heard about the tournament and signed up for it.
So it was really all about the mentors just bridging that gap for the comfort level to be able to like run these like maybe not seriously, but in a more efficient manner, really.
Absolutely, exactly.
Well, that's what this tournament's all about. It's just creating that space for new people, maybe even people who've been around for a little while, just doing some runs, maybe tweaking some of the maybe some of the soft spots they might have in their strategies to make them a little bit better. It's good for really anybody. Good if you can't take criticism, you're never going to grow as a person. So that does take a lot of effort to understand and be able to take that criticism and improve yourself. So kudos to all the runners for that too.
Yeah, absolutely, and you definitely had you put your knowledge on display. Had a very efficient final battle. Got through a lot of checks well. So yeah, awesome to see. Your ability and all these runners' abilities to absorb the wealth of knowledge that Worlds Collide requires.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I've seen, even just the people I've run against, like watching some of their VODs and, just a couple races I've been able to see from other people, like you can definitely see where everybody's gotten better. So definitely seems like a great idea. And again, much appreciation to Jones for setting it up. Much appreciation to all the mentors and especially all the racers as well. So it's been a great time.
Awesome. Great to hear it. Saber, any final questions from you?
Nope, I'm all set.
Cool. Well, Arusta, any final words before we let you go?
Just GG's to my opponent, and definitely good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thank you guys for the restream. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Congrats on making it to the Elite Eight. Very well done for your first tournament.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. So any last thoughts from you there, bud? Before we wrap things up, we are going to raid, just a quick announcement, we are going to raid Cosbot, who is currently doing Ultras League Tonic B. So if you're part of Tonic B, please leave the chat in the stream. We'll be raiding them in just a little bit.
Sounds good. Yeah, before we go, just a quick shout out to you, Saberwolf, for pulling double duty tonight with restreaming and commentating. Shout out to our tremendous tracker, Ceiling Cat. Shout out to both of our runners, Pootskootie and Arusta, putting on a great show for us. Always fun to see, these high stakes games, these elimination games, in the final phase of the Moogles' first tournament. And I'm happy to be a part of it.
Oh, well, I love tournament season. We got a couple things going on. If you want to learn, want to get used to this Worlds Collide, want to get that mentorship, join the Moogles' first tournament, and then from there you can move on to the Ultras League, which is much bigger in Season 2 than it was in Season 1. We have more tonic groups this time around, so it's great to see that the player base keeps growing, the community keeps growing. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to join the Discord. If you ask a question there, pretty much will be answered within 5 or 10 minutes of you posting it, so we have a great community here.
That we do.
All right, we're going to wrap this up here. I want to thank again our... Hold on. I got to cut that back up. Again, I want to thank our racers. If you want to follow our two races we had tonight, that's Pootskootie... No. I'm going to get this name wrong every single time. And Arusta, follow their Twitch chats there, or Twitch channels there for them. If you want to follow our restream commentating team, Ceiling Cat, again, thank you for our tracker. She is the best by far, our trackers in our community. Always great having her. And Fideston, one of our best commentators as well in our community. So great working with you too.
It is my pleasure. Love this game.
All right, we'll be rating, again, if you're part of Tonic B, please leave the channel, leave the chat. We are going to raid Cosbot here in just a second. Enjoy, and have a good night.